Hey, it's Glenn and Sam here from our production site in Williamsburg. It's all the barrels that we do all of our aging in, and you can see lots of boxes around. It's a lot going on here. Sam's got a lot on his plate.
It's been busy.
Yeah, a lot happening. So, well, we're excited for this August club release for you. We've got some really fantastic, delicious meads, a couple of brand new ones, and then some returning meads that we get asked for a lot. So. Yep. I won't delay. Let me just jump in. This is probably the oldest recipe of all the meads that we'll have here today. This is Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver, we had this idea to make a dreamsicle or a creamsicle inspired mead. So you've got this orange, you've got vanilla, and then a special ingredient of cardamom, which brings in a pretty unique flavor to it.
Yeah, it's very, very subtle.
And I think we know the song Dreamweaver, which was it Wayne's World? That there was a nice scene with that in. Yeah.
There is.
So that's a fun meat. Did I miss anything in here? I feel like
there's a little coconut too, which is more for the sort of texture that it
mouthfeel.
Yeah.
So Dreamweaver, enjoy this one chilled. It is fantastic. All right, Sam, what do you have next?
I'm going to stick with the citrusy theme, and I'm going to bring in Tangerine. We made this one a few years ago, and we're bringing it back. It's one of my favorite creations of my own, actually. I got the Led Zeppelin song in there, which made me very, very happy. But this is one of the very few we make that's actually fermented with a yeast that's typically used for beer. So this one actually is a Munich Classic yeast, which brings a bit of fruitiness of its own to the mead, and then we sort of jazz that up by adding a lot of tangerine puree, and it's quite lovely. Won us a Mazer Cup, so we're very proud of this one, and I think you will enjoy it quite a bit.
And we are filming this on a very hot July day, and this mead is awesome, chilled in the summer, so I think you will enjoy. Next up, this is I love this label. I think it's beautiful. This is our mead we called Lullaby. And the inspiration for this was sleepy time tea. Yep. So if you want a mead before bed, that's going to have you have a nice long sleep. This is the one to have chamomile, mint, and I'm forgetting the other ones now.
Rose petals and lemon balm.
Yes, that's
so it
right.
gets a little, you get a little bit of that lemony note. Not a lot of mint and the chamomile kind of backbone. It's really quite beautiful.
It is a really delicious mead. So this with some crackers and cheese before bed, you'll have a great sleep. So that is Lullaby. Yep.
All right. So another one we're bringing back, which has been a favorite when we've had it, is Moondance. This was actually a creation originally of a former employee who wanted to make a coffee infused mead, and he and I worked together on this one. And
in a small batch to start?
Several small batches. Yep. And very interestingly, he and his wife have gone on to actually start their own coffee truck company. And they have those things all over the area.
So Mangata, we'll give them a shout out.
Mangata.
Really delicious.
And so this one is kind of like your favorite Starbucks coffee drink. It's got the coffee, which is very quite forward, but it also has some fantastic notes from the meadowfoam honey that's in there too. And that just sort of brings a sweetness and almost like candy-like flavor to it.
Yeah. The aftertaste on this is incredible.
Yeah, you're gonna. If you haven't had this one before, you're gonna really quite enjoy it, especially if you're a coffee fan.
Now, interestingly, I think I told you this, Sam, before, but I didn't drink coffee until like 2019, 2020. And I think it was doing all these trials on coffee meads over the years that got me into it. But I really love it. I love coffee now. And then
you drink a lot of coffee.
I do. I have a cup around noon every day anyway. All right, we've got a couple of brand new ones next to share with you. This one is called Caramel Apple Kisses. When we had this on tap, we just called it Caramel Apple.
Yeah.
And there's a song called Caramel Kisses that we made the connection to. But this, as far as a cider-based mead, this is, I think, my favorite one that we've been making. It is delicious. Caramelized honey.
Caramelized honey.
And
you get that.
Which honey did we caramelize?
This was the Appalachian wildflower.
Okay, so that's a local Virginia wildflower honey that we use here. And
there's also some vanilla beans to kind of bring that caramel flavor right to the fore.
And a kind of a candifies, makes it like candy
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
And so you really do get this kind of caramel apple. It feels like you're at the fair. So when I was talking to Scott Moore, our label designer, I asked him bring in some of those like local fair elements to the artwork, and he did such a good job at doing that. So that is Caramel Apple Kisses. Make sure you get that while you can.
Oh yeah. And then finally our last new one is Black Magic Woman, inspired by the Santana song. Got a very nice Dia de los Muertos design here.
Label inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, but this is fantastic mead for those of you who like blackberries. It's heavily blackberry infused. It also has some really some complexity brought in by the addition of mace, which is a spice very similar to nutmeg, if you're not familiar with it. And we also back sweeten this one with buckwheat honey, which is one of the few times we actually use buckwheat honey in our meads. It's a very tricky one to use. It's got a very strong and distinctive flavor, but I think it pairs beautifully with the blackberries. And this was a favorite. One was on tap again during the Mead Lab, so we decided to bottle it this time for you guys.
I think the buckwheat and the mace is a really nice.
Yeah.
I think that's where the magic comes.
Yeah, it really does. It
Woman.
sort of changes just a simple fruit mead into something much more special.
Yeah, a little more interesting.
Yeah.
So there it is. That's your August club release. And hey, thank you so much for being a Insider Club member. It means a lot to us. We have a lot of fun creating these meads, really just for you guys. You guys are the inspiration to give us something new. So make sure you come in, try stuff in the Mead Lab. Tell us what you're liking, because those are the ones we'll graduate to bottles for future
You may see
releases.
them in the future.
Yeah. So we are actually planning right now our 2025 releases, and so if there's anything you really want, now's the time. Let us know. So thanks again, and we hope to see you soon. See ya.